I should call it. How is everybody? So I was just going to get my iPad and everything and make sure I had everything ready. Excuse me. How is everybody today on this glorious Friday? And don't forget, clocks go forward on tomorrow night, so don't want you all sleeping in and goodness knows what else. So who do we have? We have Alistair, Emily, Callum, Sarah. How is everybody today? You all good? Unfortunately, the Kronos XTR is on the bench again. But I'm hoping it's going to hold up long enough this week to for the boys to get hold of it and see what they can do with it. But it didn't last very long for me, unfortunately. Anton, Dave's RC and Games, Dan, Kevin, Toby, Brad, Joe, Ben, JMPDR. Well, lots coming in now. RCIOM, Scott Wald, Thompson RC, all good, thank you. Fred Barlow, hi. Samba Go Go, oh, trying to keep up with everybody. So, Dexter, hi. Jono, evening. Jean, if I repeat your names twice, I do apologise. Or if I miss your names, I do apologise as well. Mr. RARC, hello. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, oh, excuse me. Absolutely amazing. We hit 10,000 subscribers today. Wow, it's just, that is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So, yeah, well made up. Well made up that we've hit the big 10K. The question is, where do we go from here? 100K. What am I drinking? Ice cold summer fruits with some ice. Nothing too exciting. I need to get some more. Callum will laugh. It's just, it's one of my 5 a day. Because it has real fruit juice in it. It says real fruit in every drop. See? No added sugar. And it's all, look, all green across there. That's healthy for me. Granite is in the garage. We just haven't had it out for a while. We will get it back out. I don't think it's broken. Is it broken at the moment, Callum? I don't think it's broken. Thanks, Stuck in Trees. Thank you, Brad. It has to be double strength because otherwise I'd fill up. I like to have it strong. If I got the normal stuff, it would be half summer fruits and half water. Cider is just fruit. It's just fermenting and stinky, rotten fruit, isn't it? Get a beer down. I don't drink anymore, Jay. I've stopped drinking, basically. I'd rather spend the money on RCs, so I've quit smoking. I've got no vices now. I'm quite boring as you get older. Thanks, Tony. Double thank you. Hi, RC Pete. The Faz life. If was American, no real fruit and 100% sugar. Oh, I think America's actually getting a bit better. Well, might not have done, but whenever I was over there, people tend to be a little bit more conscious on what they were eating. A lot more than what we are here. I think you may be ahead of us. I think we're still going through the curve of the obesity. I mean, just look at me. You love potato juice. Yeah, potato juice is good. But I do have... could crack open. I do have some alcohol in there. I don't drink it anymore. I used to, but I now hide it in with the laundry stuff. So I've got some Moet, some Piper, some Duval Leroy, some Verve. Is that Verve? No, I don't want that. I thought more than Verve. Some good old Smirnoff, but the label's a bit faded on the Smirnoff. Not even been opened. Look. Does that stuff ever go off? So I do have some alcohol in the house, but I just Don't drink anymore. Be a boring party at my house, wouldn't it? Say what you want, but a slushy on a hot day, best drink ever. Do like a slushy, gives you the old brain freeze. Gary, hi. Hi, Woods Unknown, knows I see. Just found out new hub carriers for X-Max require oversized bearings. The new... Yes, if you get the ones with the X on the end, they do need those oversized bearings. But they're way, way better than the stock ones, and you won't have the bearings blowing out all the time. And they've beefed them up as well. I can't believe how much I said beefed up in the video for the Kronos. Just when I was editing, I think, how often did I say beefed it up? Fireball whiskey in the fridge. That stuff's good. I have had Fireball. Is it Fireball whiskey I had? Something Fireball. That Kronos has more breakdowns than Naomi. Well, in fairness, as I said, I'm not going to be too harsh on it at the moment. We find out how it performs. I'm a bit nervous about letting the boys drive it around the track to start off with, though, in case we break it, because I really want to see how it performs on the big jumps. And when I took it around the track last week, I got 14 seconds out of it before the shop standoff decided to shear off. Stupidest way ever. And it was on... They've designed it quite well. Don't get me wrong. The design on this, I love the design on this, because this shock standoff here is M3 coming through here. But on this back end, it's actually an M4 screw, or M4, but it's an all-in-one design. And really, with how I landed, this should not have sheared off being M4. So I don't know what sort of monkey metal they're using, but it's very, very poor quality monkey metal. And that's what's let it down, because that's the actual design. M4 screw coming here, which is where it normally breaks, good. M3 coming out here, it's okay. But an M4 screw should not just shear off like that. Not with the way it landed. A few people have seen the video already, and it was just a bit of a joke, really. It's got so much beef on it, it's a real cow. Yeah, it has. We just need to get the horseradish out now. I'm not a big fan of the cinnamon, but Fireball is my go-to after some years. I've just got used to it. Maybe it was... Yeah, personally, I love cinnamon. Whenever I was travelling to America and going through the airports, I could smell a Cinnabon store miles away. Do love cinnamon. So you like, yeah, clean the house. Get missus to do that. That's what they're for. Sorry to any women in the stream. I didn't mean that. Okay, Ken, enjoy cleaning the house. Hi, Chris. How are you? 10k subscriber party. Yeah, maybe I'll put some vodka in my summer fruits. That'd be funny. That would be very funny. So, what we're going to do here, I didn't want to do this, but I don't have a lot of choice, really, from looking around and recommendations from everybody of what to do, because lots of people are having this issue with Kronos. Apparently, it's where the body hits down and breaks the shock, so you can put a support in. Someone's did a video recently where you can put a supporting bracket that comes up here and protects the shocks from here to here. I don't really have the tools and the materials to do that, because he used 775 aluminium and bent it and everything else. I really don't have the tools to do that. So luckily, where I put some scorched RC standoffs on our other armours, which are super beefcake, I have these laying around. These are standard armour standoffs, but not using the armour stock screws, because again, they're pretty weak. These are 12.9 30mm screws, M3, that I'll be using instead. I may have to drill some of these out, because they do come with fairly long unthreaded parts here, so we'll see how they go. And I probably haven't drilled these ones out to take the longer unthreaded part yet. So I've got those to do, and luckily as well, I have these parts, and I don't know where these came from. Probably when I bought some shocks from Jenny's, but you need these parts as well. You need the bushing, you need the cup, top cup saver to put on. So I've got those ones there, and then I've got some more nestled in this bag here as well. So we'll see what we get. And the other thing you've got to do is grind that side and that side off. And if you bear with me a second, and I will come back and read your comments, I'm not ignoring you. I'll take this screw out and you'll see what we need to do. So there is going to be a bit of noise, unfortunately, with the Dremel going today. Might be some sparkage, but you don't need to take a lot off, apparently. But what we do need to do is on the it's inset, which is a bit annoying. So you need to, this won't quite go in, it's a bit too big. So you just need to shave off each side a little bit so it then sits in there nice and flush. No, it's too big. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to Dremel off these a little bit, maybe drill them out a little bit, get them in there, get that shock standoff done. We'll do the fronts. We'll see how the time is going, because I've also got to put a new arm on the Creighton EXB because we broke that, and we've also got to fix the X-Max because we broke that as well. It's a Royal week. I broke it because I was the only one out last weekend, so yeah, I broke them all. Silly me. I do apologise now if I'm coughing a bit. I've got a bit of a... It's not corona. I've had a funny throat for like 2 weeks now, which is a little bit annoying, but there we go. It's a bit better now. Right, who have we missed? The Swedish guy. I posted a solution in my group, titanium standoffs. I never broke a standoff, but made the mod. Are you the one that put the... you've got the titanium standoffs? Because I'd be interested in those. Or were you the one that did the 775 brace that goes over the front? Well, good. Thank you, RC Misadventures. Savage Days RC, hi. Chris84, thank you very much. Woods Unknown, I thought the Crowley did okay, to be honest. Yes, as I said, it's early days. Maybe it's rose tinted glasses or something. I just think the Creighton would have survived that skate session a lot better than this car. Maybe we get back there with the Creighton and see how it gets on. How can we stop the pinion gear coming off the X-Max? We've tried Loctite. All right, okay. First of all, get some flat-ended grub screws. That's the first thing to do. Just go to someone like Accu and buy like 200 grub screws. They're like a penny each, but get the flat-ended one, not the cup-ended ones. And then make sure the pinion and the grub screw hole are clean. Clean them with degreaser. Make sure the grub screw can go all the way through, that it's not shorting out. So make sure it can go all the way through. Then put it on there. Put either, I just use blue thread lock, but put it on there and make sure it's tight. And let it set for 24 hours. And it shouldn't. I've never had a pinion come off. It's the grub screws they use. Do you think they'll make the Crowley bulletproof? The actual design is very good. I love the design. There's certain design features in here which should make it almost bulletproof. But my personal fault is, from what I'm seeing at the moment, is it's being let down by lower quality materials. The overall design is fantastic, but the quality of these materials is what I'm questioning at the moment. Certainly the screws are worse than armour screws, so I don't know what chocolate screws they're using. But they're shearing and burring off so easy, it's unreal. And the quality of the plastic seems lower grade as well. It's a very brittle plastic, so doesn't flex as well. So we'll see. What's up? Hi, H Riviera. How are you? Always going to be humble. Yeah, that won't change. Just looked at the XTR price, only 40% less than the EXB. I expect it to be much cheaper. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things, apparently they've said, they're not using as good quality materials to keep the price down. Well, just don't put an extra body in there. The extra body is a nice touch, don't get me wrong. But I'd rather them use better quality materials and not put an extra body in. Because it is only £40 or £34 less than a Creighton EXB. And I'll be honest and say, at the moment for us, I'd point everyone to the Creighton EXB over the Kronos XTR every single time. Which is a shame because there is certain design features in this which I think are fantastic. I think it's just been poorly executed, my personal thought. But maybe they've done it so they can do a 2023 edition and sort some of those bits out and just keep flogging the same old horse like Armour do. Who knows? Unlikely to be getting the Traxxas sledge. We've got the MT8 coming hopefully at the end of this month, so next week. We just bought this, so and the sledge £750, which is about $950 over here. I just can't see us getting it at the moment, to be honest with you. Paul 0088, how are you? I'm on nights, Monday, clock change won't affect me. Well, it will, because you'll work an extra hour, won't you, Paul? Grind some off or sit them on a washer. I did think about sitting them on a washer, but I think I'm going to grind it off a bit because I don't want to take any chances, so I'm just going to grind it off a bit. Hi, Joanna. They still haven't done Bullseye and Michael Caine and Roger Moore yet. Proper shocker, or whatever that's on about. But definitely try them, Chris. You'll be. Oh, is that Jenny's RC? Don't tell everybody. We have no stock left. I need to get another order in actually. So we've got our. I'm hoping this thing lasts long enough for me to actually do what I need to do. A grinder. My mole grips to grip these. And I'll tell you what I forgot. I forgot my extra set of glasses. And I don't know how much you guys will actually physically see of this. So the first thing we will do is we've got to grind this off here. What we do is we'll drop you down to the floor. And get you in a bit closer so you can see what is going on. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, headphone users, watch your ears. I do apologise. I don't know how much they need to be ground down. Let's have a look. Oh, let's see that. Not quite there yet. That's one done. That fits in there nicely now. Second one done. It's going to be quite a bit quicker than I thought it would be, actually. No, it's just nicely round down. It's not too much, as you can see. You may not be able to see. I don't know whether you can see or not. Just saw that come up about needing to buy a Dremel. I'll be honest, I just went for this Saber Cut Extreme off of Amazon. I mean, it's brushed and everything, but for the price I paid and everything you get with it, and I don't want to speak too soon, but it's lasted pretty well, actually. So I did debate whether to get a cheapo or go full-blown Dremel, but I've been happy with this one. 1,079 plus tax. Wow, for Sledge. I'm going to get the new X-Max V2 or Max instead. Yeah, I think they're better options. I'd go for something like this. I mean, you've got, you know, variable control on it. It comes with a case, comes with loads of different accessories to start off with. Dremel bits fit fine on it. So I think I paid about 35 quid for this, Noah. Hi, WTF RC Cars, how are you? You're getting the Sledge addicted. It is a nice car. It needs certainly get higher oil, diff oil in the centre diff, because the tyres do balloon. Kev couldn't really jump that high because he couldn't get the power down, is the problem. The tyres were ballooning a lot. Have you ever cooked in your kitchen, Dave? I mean, use mine still crisp, but apparently you can use them for cooking. Yes, I had steak and kidney pudding last week, and I had beans on toast tonight. So I do apologise if the wind starts blowing. Got this as well. Look, that's tomorrow night's dinner. Chicken and mushroom pie. I'm going to have that with chips and sweet corns. So yes, I do cook in my kitchen. Right. Next one. Headphone users, watch your ears. A little bit more. Ooh, a little bit more still. It'll be annoying tonight. Yep, that goes in now. So, you can see this now. So this now nicely slots in there. What have we missed? What have we missed? You ever cooked? Yeah, hi Dan, hi Addicted. Doing good, thanks Alex, how are you? Hi Dan. Just a quick visit tonight. Hi Ian, how are you? What film are you going to watch tonight then? Is it Netflix and chill? Wolfie Crawl, yeah, killed Dremel. I think you get a good warranty over here, but for me, I'm happy with this cheapo. You making films or watching it? I think it might be Netflix and chill night. Yeah, I saw the X-ray. It does look good, and the Flysky radios look good as well. That's nice to see. I missed, but I can't remember what I was doing. But it must have been important. Must have been important, whatever it was. Maybe it was just alcohol-induced, Jono. They might twist now, though. No, I don't think they're going to twist because they sit in there all snug as a bug in a rug. I just cleared down my PayPal credit card. What should I buy? Buy the sledge, Alex. Yeah, it's a Corolla mod with a armour standoffs. Yeah, get an XTR, you'll constantly be broke. I mean, I've spent over 70 quid on it so far. I don't know whether you can. I've got one in the freezer. I've also got one of their chili, with their curries in there as well. I don't know, my second little chemo today, so feeling crap, but watching you is taking my mind off it. Oh, sorry, Darwell. Really sorry to hear that. Hope everything gets better soon, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep doing what we're doing for you if it helps cheer you up. So, yeah, big thoughts go to you, buddy. Yeah. Can only imagine, mate. My sister's had to go through that. My mum's had to go through it. Right. So, what else do we need? We need the need for speed. Oh, they are over there. I've got to get some M3 washers out. Try to get the metal ones out anyway. Two of them. Don't want the plastic ones. So what film are you watching? Armour parts are on upgrade. Believe it or not. And they're not all, it's only the armour sleeves that are going on. The actual screws are not armour screws. So, put a little M3 washer through there, hopefully like that. We put that through there like that. And I want the M3 on there just because it's it's going into an M4 hole. An M3 screws. I just wanted a washer on the back. But the good news is obviously where these slot in now, they will hold. We've got to see if we need to drill this out at all because of these screws. They're longer, come with these longer shoulders, so we might have to drill this standoff sleeve out a little bit. And I think the answer is yes, we do. Because that ain't going to tighten up anymore. So, we will get the drill out. And we'll drill that out a little bit. It's an M4, M3 drill bit, I think. It was M3-ish. Yeah, M3. Just drill this out a little bit. I need to oh, that bit there really. And we drilled it enough. Might have to drill it out a bit more. No, I think that should be enough now. Should be perfect on that one. I'll give it a little drill more. Just an incy wincy bit more. Just to be sure. Right, that will definitely go on now. Come on. In there. Tighten up. Right, getting there. Now we've got to take this off of here. It's going to be fun. Because I don't know where I'll put my little... Oh, we'll be back to read comments in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. That's that, that's that. And we take the stock armour bushing. And we slot that into there, like that. We pop that over the top. And then we slide that in there like that. And whack that over the top. Tighten that up. And then we have it. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. 1 armour standoff on a Creighton. Not on a Creighton. On our Kronos XTR. Right, what are we missing? What have I missed, guys? Kids that have to go through this are truly warriors, and they do have superpowers. What have I missed? Hi Ken, missed you coming in, so hi. How are you? Right, that's what we were. Cheese would be an upgrade. Damn, harsh. Thank you. It won't beat me. There's plenty a lot worse off. That's good. Very good attitude, Darwill. Very good attitude. Don't let it beat you. Willpower. Fight it. Put some Traxxas parts up, making him tougher. Sarah Kimmel was 2. You had to wear gloves to change her nappies as she had radioactive. Oh wow. She didn't gain any superpowers. Well, not that you know of yet, Jono. Not that you know of yet. Kids will have to go through this as true warriors, and they do have superpowers. They're my inspiration. Yeah, it is very heart touching and everything when you see kids going through it. Looking for RC car. What one are you looking for, Gene? When my father had radiation treatment, the operator got numbers confused and glowed him in the dark. That was a lot of years. Wow. Oh, he didn't turn into... Is it Spider-Man that gets bitten by a radioactive spider? And the Hulk's gamma radiation, isn't it? Yeah. Shape shift is a good one. What shape shift? I'd love to be able to have... Oh, what would I like my superpowers to be? Is the Kronos XTR better than the original, which was pretty poor? I think it's better. But is it better than a car that's 35 quid more? I don't think so at the moment. Any estimates on when the new X-Max with wide max kit and other upgraded parts fitted as standard will be coming out? No, I don't know whether they ever will, Sam, but to be honest with you, that's not tends to be. It took a couple of years for them to do the wide max on the Max as a just buy it as it is. Not normally what they do. They normally like to sell the parts. Even if you look at the sledge they've brought out, and then you can upgrade it. Not really upgrades, but you can tailor it. You can buy different coloured arms, different coloured tower brace, different colour chassis, different colour shocks. You can buy all the different colour stuff, but obviously that's just adding to the price. It doesn't come with those as standard. So, which is why our X-Max, for example, has 2 red arms. I bought the 2 red arms. I bought spare arms and I bought them in red, and as we break them we change them to red. And when I've had it for longer it will get older, and hopefully it might be a speed runner. The UDR, I do like the UDR, it's just very expensive though, isn't it? Okay, the Rival MT10 or the Granite 3S. Rival MT10 every single time. Comes with a centre diff. It's tougher than a Granite. It comes with lights as well. It's cheaper. The parts are cheaper. What else has it got that the Granite hasn't got? Has it got sway bars from memory? I think it's got sway bars that the Granite hasn't got. Just the centre diff on its own though, and the fact it's cheap, especially in the UK, it's about £100 cheaper. It's a no-brainer for the MT10. No, hopefully the MT8 is coming a week today. So if I get it next Friday, when it comes out next Friday, I'll be at work next Friday, but it comes out. Normally they ship them, and the courier they ship them with, it'll probably come out as a Monday delivery, but the courier they ship them with normally delivers to me on a Saturday. So I'm hoping to get it on the Saturday. I'll get the unboxing filmed and everything on the Saturday, and then hopefully get out with it next Sunday, and then get a video out with it shortly afterwards. So, and it is going to get abused. Because I haven't seen anyone actually abuse it yet. It does look good. I'm a bit concerned about the battery tray. I'll be honest with you at the moment. That has got a little bit of a concern from what I've seen so far. But other than that, I'm liking the look of it. But from what I've seen, nobody's really than what I can see, unless I've missed some videos on it. I haven't seen anyone really send it yet. Robert Taylor, you're welcome. Always, one thing you're going to get from us is total and utter transparent honesty. And you can't see what I'm doing here, sorry. Just drilled out the other standoff sleeve. Make sure this goes through enough. Whether we get the cars given to us, which is rare, when we get some banged stuff given to us, but whatever we do and however we do it, it'll always be, yeah, that's plenty. Total up the honesty, whether we buy it or whether we get given it or not, always get the honesty from us. The MTAs here in the States are having the kaiju rear problems. Ooh. Well, we'll soon find out. What's the kaiju rear problems then? We don't really get the red cats over here, so I don't know what the kaiju rear problems are. Anyone know why my Veloline VXL3S thermal shut down only 2 minutes into use when it's not even hot? No, but it have a temp sensor. Take the temp sensor off the motor, put it in the receiver, and take all the wire back and put it in the receiver box. That's what I do now. As long as the motor and the ESC aren't getting hot, unless it's faulty. No, you don't learn anything about RCs from our streams, do you, Ian? Yes, you do. You learn a lot from RCs. So probably a live tomorrow then, Ian. Always look forward to it, and you and Claire are like family. Plus I learn a lot, and thanks for that. Go and have a ciggy and a cuppa, and then look totally gone. Ciggies, give them up, Griffin, give them up. More money for RCs then. Oh, I'm going to take this off here now. We'll take this one off. Oh, it's a nut, isn't it? Say nut, but it's a bigger nut than that nut. Yeah. It's a nut. I've got the lossy all up and running again. That car's... Actually, I mean, the lossy is broken more than this is. And the lossy cost me a lot of money as well. And I won't be buying a second hand again. Never ever buying second hand. Oh, it doesn't have a temp gauge on it. It must be the ESC that's shutting. Is the ESC getting hot? I would check if it's shutting down. Is it the ESC getting hot or not? Is over there. So as you can see here, the actual design of this standoff is good because you've got the M3 nut here. This is actually an M4 size screw here. So they've actually thought about beefing that up, but just the quality of that metal, you can feel it. It's lightweight. It's low grade. I think my screws probably weigh more than that. So they do, and they just shear off. So stop using cheap quality materials. I think more of the issue is on the front than the rear. So we get the fronts done, then we bring the Creighton up for its work, get that fixed, and then then the X-Max, and then see how we're going. We will come back and do the rear ones of these. Because I don't want to take any chances of it breaking out on the track before we actually getting around to sending it. And the good thing is, if we do shear one off now, I can just put a new longer bolt in. Or just replace the broken off bolt, rather, not a longer bolt in. Boom! I do that deliberate now because people say, oh, you're copying Kev by going boom in your videos. It's like, really? Really? If you go boom, you're copying Kev. So now I'm going to do it even more. Might even start doing the old tumble rumbles. Well, actually, no, it's not. That wasn't two AA batteries. It was a 2S. The WPL12 is actually designed to go on 2S. Saw that terrible rollover that broke this, Dave. Oh, this thing is made of butter. Yeah, if you saw that rollover, I'm sorry, but that's not. You'll see it in the next video because it's going to be in the next video where it lasted 14 seconds. So it wasn't bad driving or anything else like that. It was a joke. I guess I'll look for a new ESC and may treat myself to another brand. Get a hobby wing ESC for it, Brent. Don't go with another Traxxas because they're not great ESCs and they're hard to program. Get yourself a decent hobby wing one and you'll be done. Need to and Sack Ali in the need to and a Sack Alal in there, Dave. Whatever that is. You've lost me there. No, Kev's had a bent dry. I haven't checked my dry shaft actually. Didn't check my rear dry shaft. I think mine's straight. Even after that chassis, even after the bendy wendy, the bendy wendy. Yeah, a little bit bent. Let's see if I can bend it. Raw. Right, so that is the XTR all done. Got my motor wedge in there, it's not going anywhere I don't think. Let's get the EXB up because that could take a while with a broken rear arm. I'm going to come back to this. Again, this broke super easy and it's always the same side that goes, I think. Always this side. They're okay. I mean, the first thing we do is take the Traxxas ESCs out because unless you've got the Bluetooth module, you can't program them. Hobby ring combo in my Radix 6 is epic, almost too fast. Yeah, I mean, most of the ESCs you get are rebranded hobby wings. Traxxas ones aren't, they start making their own. They used to use Castle ones, but again, the problem is they like to try and lock you into everything. Put it in a door and strain it out. Strained an old Typhon chassis under the door frame. Not going to bend a little so far. Chip the paint on the door. Shh, don't tell Mum. Don't let Mum find out. Mum's the word, Noah. Mum's the word. I didn't know that, Alistair. But then again, I don't use Traxxas CSEs if I can help it. Traxxas sledge is no longer 750, it's now 7. I thought it came out at 759. Or was it 749? No, it came out at 749, didn't it? Yeah, I did mean to sell our Traxxas 8S ESC from the X-Max when we swapped it out. I just never got it. It's still sitting on the shelf. Yeah, Brent, as Ian says, get the Max 10. You can still run it on 3S. It just means that it can take more power if you ever want it down the road. And you're not, it's a bit like we run a Max 6 in this. We only run it on 6S, even though it can take 8S. This whole system can take 8S, but we only run it 6S. It's a Max 6, 160 amp ESC with a 1650 kV motor in there. And that is, that's more than, I personally think all 1.8 should come with these anyway. 160 amps rather than the 150 amps. These are a much better ESC than the ones they're putting in the RTRs, because the RTR ones on Armours and things like that aren't even Max 8s. They're the quick run versions, the cheaper versions. Right, I've got to change this arm because it broke. And this is a pain. I'll say a pain. I do just like changing armour arms. You have to do so much. And there's so many little fiddly things you can lose, like these little eyelets here, if they pop out. Actually, we'll take the wheel off as well. I need to take the wheel off anyway. Oh, muscles, come on. Get your muscles in there, David, come on. What's this? 1650 won't run 8S, I think it will run. No, it does run 8S. 1650 runs 8S. We run it in, done 111 miles an hour with Callum's on 8S. Buy money, yeah. They just don't rate it at 8S, so. But it does run 8S, no question about it. Not had an Emax, no. I think some people on here have had Emaxes though. Redcat made a Max 6 some time ago that was limited to 6S, but with the same amp as the real Max 6. That's what I use in my test Kronos. Yeah, they do strip them down sometimes. It's a bit like the Spectrum stuff, the firmer stuff, get their own firmware on it. All motors will take more than the rate. It's just how long. I mean, I know someone that runs the standard Granite 3S motor and they run it on 6S. It just depends on how long it lasts. Bit like your motor last week though, isn't it? Only designed to run, what have we done with the drive shaft? Oh, it's over there. Only designed to really run 2S, and yet you were putting what, 4S through it, and it was the ESC that went, not the motor. So we don't need to undo that one, do we? We need to undo this one. Ah, that's why I hate them. Shim the damn thing. Oh, why they shim them? I can't remember. Not makes much difference as a basher. Why do they have to use these little shims in there? You're doing that out in the field and they fall out. You're stuffed. Ooh, bit of bendage on our sway bar as well. I haven't bent that. Who knows? Right. Hi Bethany, how are you? All having a great day here. I'm pretty. Are you sure, Ian? When I was looking at the specs, when I was going to get one, it says 2S, 7.4 or 7.2 volt lithium ion. When I was looking on Banggood to order one, which I haven't ordered it yet, but I will do. I'm sure it says 7.2 or 7.4 is the batteries that come with it. I know, Craig, but who does that? And it's not a racer, it's a basher. Just annoying because when you're trying to fix things like this in the field, you just end up losing them. Yeah, I think it is. Don't quote me on it. I mean, go and double check. But when I was looking last week when we were doing it, I'm pretty sure it comes with lithium-ion 2S packs that are about the size of a AA. Anyway, it was impressive what it took. So long as it worked on an armour. I think I'm going to do those as well, haven't I? Oh, clean that hole out a bit. It's set, don't know where my. Oh, I haven't seen that for a while. My little clean the outie tool thing. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to find my other one, but I don't know where that one's gone. Just going to have a look. I haven't seen it. It might be in the garage. I haven't seen that for a while though. Yeah, don't blame you. I mean, only the stuff that comes with the cars that we got. Does this have shims on this side? I don't think it does it? No. But that's where we've gone. The usual place. The usual place we break the armour arms, right there. I can only guess this one's already going for how easy it broke. MC pin, a little bit bent, but that'll be okay. Right, new arm. It won't be this side, because it's never this side that goes on us. No. I have so many right-handed arms. Always the left arm for us. Always break the left arm. And I don't know why. Is that better? Right. Okay. I've given two of those away, and I've now got another 3 right arms. A bent shaft is never good. I think, yeah, women prefer it straight and hard. I used to have a 17mm socket blue tacked onto the RPM front bumper on my rusty, as it would not steer on 3S and would really any time you tried to flat out. And for a car that must be 15 years old. I use weights now, the old tyre weights, on the front of our drag car to keep the front down. Ah, that's what I've been going wrong, Sam. I need a left-handed screwdriver to fit the left-handed arms. Ah, silly me. And I'm going to drill a hole in this, and I need try and find a small drill bit then. Otherwise we don't have a mud flap. Which would be really annoying. I should know what I'm doing. I'm moving around all over the place. I'm just putting the mud flap on, but the RPM mud flaps work on these EXBs, but you do have to drill an extra hole. About there. So now I'm going to find a 2mm drill bit, which I think I've got in here somewhere. 3mm, 2mm. The drill bits. Hopefully have a match at 9:30, so she'll finish in time. Yeah, should do. Hopefully. I'll drag him off the pitch, kicking and screaming. Don't you turn the screws left wise in England anywho. Shh, don't tell everyone. Okay, now I'll hopefully see you back shortly. Take care, buddy. Why do I keep watching the stream? I don't know, YouTube seems to be funny. It's been doing that same thing to me, Callum. Whenever I've started to join a stream, The actual video, whilst the chat is up to date, the actual video has always been behind. It's weird. You have to like refresh it to get to the current position. Been doing that to me for a while now. I think YouTube is just going through some issues at the moment. Come on, in you go. Start biting. That's got it. You don't want to drill. I mean, I don't like drilling 3mm holes for 3mm screws because it doesn't leave much bite. Am I using the right screw here? It must be. All the way through before. All the way through before. Maybe I'm not using the right screw. Don't know. It's gone all the way through this time. Very strange. So next we've got to take out screw. Then we've got to take off the sway bar screw. T-Rex, hi, how are you? Those spiral nails with slots on the head. I had no trouble unloading. What were you unloading, Alistair? Is that a funny ha-ha, or is that unloading a van, or is that unloading yourself? Take care, Ian. Hope you catch up at the weekend. Enjoy your film. What are you watching? What's wrong with the Creighton? Somebody broke an arm on it, Callum. Look, who did that? That's been going for a while though. Yeah, somebody managed to break an arm. It happened when I was driving it, but I'm pretty sure either you or Jack did it, and it just happened to catch up with me. That's my excuse anyway, because I didn't do much to it for it to break. Now we'll take the droop screw out. Nobody likes a droop. Droop screw back in. Oh, today, unloaded today's lunch. Nice. I personally don't think Traxxas batteries I don't think Traxxas batteries are trash. I think they're overpriced, but I don't think they're trash. I think they're honest with their C ratings as well. Everyone will sit there and go, oh, it only says 25C on it. And I'm not a Traxxas fanboy by any way. I don't like Traxxas as a company. I don't like what they do and how they do it. But there's certain things that you've got to understand about and why they do things. And I don't think, I don't like what they try and make you do with their batteries and tie you into their batteries and everything else. I don't like that side of what they do. But Spectrum are no different. sorry, Horizon are no different at the moment in doing that as well. Being brutally honest with you. Let's see what I'm doing here. Try and slot that in there. I need to get myself a little hammer. Now then. Let me get these little screws in. Or are they going to just go slot straight in? Of course they won't. There they are. Tighten it up with the quite clear. It looks like I've got to do the droop a bit because that's hitting very early. We'll sort that out when we do the bit there. Sway bar is a little bit bendaged. Might need to straighten that out a bit. That's the job for tomorrow, I think. We'll leave it on there for now. At the front of this bit, my favourite bit. Putting these back in. Definitely double glass up. Oh, actually, that went in a lot easier than I thought it would. Okay, now. Sway bar time, sorry, droop screw time. I always like to put this in and then do the droop from the top. So put that one in there. That's what I'm doing. And then we will take the shock off from the top and we will adjust the droop based on the shock sitting on the top. One C will always be, if it's a 4,000 milliamp hour 1C, it's 4 amps. If it's a 5,000 milliamp hour 1C, it'll be 5 amps. But you also then need to work out the wattage as well. Yeah, again, it's tying you in, and the bit I don't like about it all is the tie-in, where they try and tie you into everything. I don't like any company that tries to tie you into their everything that they do. And Horizon and Traxxas are the two that are going down that route at the moment. Nobody else really seems to be doing that. You know, Horizon with their Spectrum stuff, the Spectrum servos being 23 teeth, when most are 25 teeth. Their radios, their batteries, their chargers. I just don't like that behaviour. Right, that droop, as you can see, is way, way, way off. So we need to go in. Yeah, let's see this down a bit more of that. A little bit more. Almost all the way in now. Not too far now, look. Out a little bit. That will do. The nice scorched RC beefcake standoffs. Horizon tries everything to the Spectrum. Yeah, they do, and you know, this is what makes me laugh a little bit about the Armour fanboys, all moaning about what Traxxas do this and Traxxas do that. Horizon are doing exactly the same to all the Armour stuff, tying it all in. I understand why they do it. I just think it's wrong in a hobby. I don't like Traxxas for doing it, and I certainly don't like Horizon for doing it. Come on. There we go. Done. Done, 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 done. Wheel back on. Oh, while we're here, we might as well do the, I did buy a new centre diff cover for it as well. So we might as well do that as well while we're here. Hardcore is £100 for the Hobby Wing ESC to replace the very long 3S systems. Which ESC is it? I'd have to go and look at the computer to see whether it's good price. Have a look on Model Sport, or Appliance Electronics. Traxxas fanboy. Don't get me wrong, I love the Traxxas cars. I love what they do. Oh, I'll tell you what we didn't do. Screws left over. We didn't put these back in, which would have been very, very bad news. Only 2 screws holding the diff bulkhead on. That would not have been good. Is that? No, that's good. Right. Next up then is, let's change that because I did buy a new one of those. You can see it's a bit meh. It's seen better days. I probably should have left. No, I'll take the front off here, I think. I find it funny when planes get destroyed as long as it's not mine. I don't even own one. I want to get a plane. It's one of my things to do. It's all a money pit really. That's why I enjoy my crawlers as I come along with little or no breakages, because I spend hours out. Crawlers are that, but then again, you can spend a lot of money making them scale and doing it all to them, but definitely you don't tend to get breakages from crawlers. But you can spend an awful lot of money upgrading them with all the brass and bits and everything. I was looking at all that and I'm thinking, oh my God, how much am I going to spend to upgrade it all? I learned a Traxxas or Spectrum brings good money on eBay, brand new, sometimes the same price as Hobby Bring a castle parts you want. Really? I might have to sell that X Max ESC then. I had a Spectrum, but my mates, oh well, I had a Dragon 32. Max 10 SCT for 19, that's a good price. You get so much cheaper everything over there though. Hobby Wing EX Rung Max 8 V3 150 amp. I just added 20mm cannons to Spitfire made from broken micro drill bits and aerial tube. And I bet they do look mint actually. Are they Browning cannons though? What cannons did you fit? Brownings? That's what I'm thinking of doing, getting the flight test plane or the one off that Banggood the Spitfire off of Banggood. I might see if I can get Banggood to send me the Spitfire. Do a little freebie review of it. Me learning to fly. That'd be interesting. Come on, because it's all bent up, it's all in the wrong place. That one out. Going to come out easy. Yes. Come out easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. That one out. Get that off. Like that. Then I've just got to look in. I think the rules are you can fly it pretty much anywhere as well, isn't it? I think. How much abuse will it take though? Oh, if I crash it, is it likely to break very, very quickly? That. The Corelli stock ESC is a scrim. I think it's just it's a Max 8, it's a Hobby Wing ESC though, isn't it? I think ours is, I don't think from memory, I don't think I calibrated our Kronos ESC when I put it in there, so ours didn't seem as powerful as Kev, so I'm going to recalibrate it because I don't remember calibrating it. I think I just put it in and ran it, and it was probably tied to a different radio. because this has seen way better days. Like it's gone there, it's gone there, it's just gone all over the place. So I did buy a spare one a couple of weeks ago. I never got round to fitting it. Kept forgetting, and then did the live stream and thought, oh, I haven't fitted that. What does posh mean in the USA? I don't know. What does posh mean in the USA? After those credits, he's burnt in a box. Yeah, that's it. The Eachine Spitfire is what I'm looking at. No, don't. You can't do it now, Joe. No, the system. Well, not certainly a DJI one wouldn't let you do it. Ethics don't fly though, do they, Griffey? They're one of the best platforms. The Creighton 6 so much fun. Do like the K6. I will say I do like the Creighton 6S. Yeah, don't. It's silly money for the new X-Max ESCs. If you need to get a new one, get one from Jenny's RC. It's about 125 quid. But yeah, I mean they're silly money. I might sell ours actually because it's just been sitting on the shelf. I don't think. Although I think I might put it in Cam's Max so we can run the Max on 6S. UK slang is always cool. What's a good metal drive shaft front rear for the Slash? I had intended, but they brought. I don't know, Savage. I don't have a Slash. I don't know enough about a Slash to give you any advice on that. We do get ripped off in the UK. It winds me up. You got to remember. I mean, you got to remember, Samba, though, the prices you see in the USA are X any tax or VAT. So the prices they show do not include any tax, whereas ours obviously already include tax, and ours tax is at 20%, and theirs will depend on what state you're in. It may be 8%, it may be 5%, depends what state you're in, which is why they don't show it, because depending on where you're buying it, which state you're buying it in, it will depend on how much it's going to cost you. So you do have to factor that into the price differences that you see. What do I reckon is the first goal? What do you want to do with it, Brandon? That's the question. Do you want to drive it on the road? Do you want to bash it? Do you want to race it? Do you want to crawl it? Do you want to do speed runs? If you're looking for a basher, I personally, and a lot of other people on here would also say, recommend the Team Association Rival MT10. You want to learn something that will blow your minds? Go on then, Brent, what will blow our minds? Evening, Martin, how are you? What do you use to caution the motor on the Creighton 6S ESP other than the mastic? Is there a foam pad? We get a guy called Ben Davis from Bigfoot 3D Customs, Bigfoot Customs. He makes wedges. And I've got one over here. This isn't one that he's made, this is one that I got from somewhere else. But basically he can do a full length one, which we have in our TLR. So one that runs the full length of the motor. I don't do it on these because we have the heat sinks on and they get in the way. But effectively it's just a curved wedge that sits underneath it. And then I use the CT1 to hold that in place. So it gets support on that end of the motor as well. You basically sell him how big you want it, what dimensions you want, you know, how much you want from there to there, what the diameter of the motor is, so it gets the curve right, and then how wide you want it, whether you want full length, 10mm, 15mm, 20mm, whatever. But that's what we do to get the support on the other end of the motor. My favourite RC card depends on what we're doing. To send it stupidly high, Creighton EXB. There's a general overall all-time, all-round durability basher, the X-Max. The X-Max comes out with us every time we come out. It gets driven every time we come out. Or for pure drivability and enjoyment of not sending it but just having a blast driving it, the Lossy 5T. I didn't think the Lossy 5T would come out that often, but it comes out every single time and we just love driving it. Oh, yeah, Sam, but they do still get things a lot cheaper than what we do, yes. And it winds me up, and it's something I've been asking. You know, I've called Jason Bearden out a number of times, and he gave the excuse it was to do with Brexit. And I said, exchange rates after Brexit. And I went, but actually, the exchange rate's better for us since Brexit happened. And he went, no, since Brexit in 2016. I was like, but you can't, that's 6 years ago, mate. The prices went up over the last 18 months to 2 years. So why are you blaming something that happened 6 years ago? Thanks, Dads. Add up the start dates of World War I and II, and also the dates we were told the trouble over Eastern Europe started. Add them up and your mind will be blown. Is that the actual start date, as in 1st of August, 1811, whatever it was, 1901, yada yada yada? Does it come out 2022 or something? The Mojave is a good basher, worth the cash. I do like the Mojave. It's got to be, for us, it's got to be on the right surface though. If it's on a dirt surface, it comes into its own, where you can slide it around. On grippy surfaces, grass and things like that, we just found that it just rolls over all the time. So we haven't had our Mojave out for ages actually. Let's get that back out again, decide what we're going to do with it. Because we haven't had it out for absolutely ages. Do we know Kevin Talbot? We do know Kevin, yes. We go out with him quite regularly. Great guy. I know people's feelings on him are mixed, but what you see on video is it's a persona. He's actually a great guy to be around, very funny, very genuine, very kind. He's quite shy as well, believe it or not. And he's very, very humble, I will say that. I'm sorry, Brexit didn't happen 6 years ago. It was decided, yes, but not implied until now. It has affected trade immensely. It has, but he was blaming the exchange rate. And if you look at the exchange rate with the US dollar, which is what he was comparing it to, then to when it happened. And he was blaming it when it was decided. He blamed it all the way back to the referendum. I'm just saying what his argument was. And bearing in mind that Horizon is a USA company and not a European company, Brexit shouldn't have really, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I don't deal with that side of things, but Brexit should not have affected our trade with the USA, because that was outside, and the only thing that was set was tariffs set by Europe. And I don't think there were any trade agreements between the USA and the European Union. COVID, I can understand COVID to a certain degree as as all the industries start firing back up and supply and demand and all that sort of stuff, I can see that. But yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a global issue. It's not an issue situated to one country or another. It's a global issue. Kev's okay. He's Kev, yeah. J4 Play, hi. How are you? This isn't the Kronos now. This is a Creighton EXP. So yeah, it does look great. But yeah, this isn't the Kronos now. I will be getting back to the Kronos shortly. I wanted to fix up I've done some work on the Creighton. Oh, sorry, Kronos, and now I'm going to get back. I want to get some work done on this before we then get back to the Kronos, because the Kronos is up and running. I've just got to beefcake the rear shock standoffs up. Here you go, Alex, another guy there, very true. Yeah, a lot of people will, have their opinions on Kev and this, that and the other, but at the end of the day, yes, he makes videos and he does things to make people watch them. I mean, why not? We do. So many channels that you're competing with. You've got to make people want to watch your videos, so that means they've got to be entertaining. And I'm surprised you guys find us entertaining, but you clearly do. For us to hit 10,000 subscribers, we're obviously doing something right. It has done, because a lot of USA companies won't ship to the UK now because of the UK import tax. But that is, well, I'm not aware of any US ones that won't because of that. I've not had any problem ordering from the USA. A couple that I've had, there's a couple of European ones like EuroRC, but EuroRC have set up their UK store now as well. But I've not had any issues with the people I buy from in the USA not supplying. If there are outside of the hobby, then obviously there is, but most of it is, they only have to deal with that when it's below £135. So if it's on a bigger scale, I wouldn't have thought that'd be an issue. I don't know. I'm just saying from my personal experience. I'm not, everyone's views on Brexit is different. Right or wrong, left or right, up or down. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Majority voted for it. I didn't actually vote, so I'm neutral in it. I meant to vote and I lost my form. So either way, it doesn't really matter, but it is what it is. We can't go back on it. It would have been a travesty of a democratic society to try and overrun something which was a democratic vote. But that's my thoughts on it. Whether we like it or not, we asked for it, we got the vote, and it's been going on for years and years and years. A lot of people play the Conservatives for the fact that they brought the referendum. Tony Blair promised a referendum twice and reneged on that. So it's been going on for a long, long time, and it had to be something that was done. I'm not going to get much more into it. I could get very political into it, but I don't want to. I don't think this is the time or the place. But thank you, Lucas. Yeah, we're trying to do. I'm trying to do better editing, taking a bit more time on the editing, which does mean, the longer it takes to edit, the longer it takes to put a video out. But as I progress along, try and put more theming in it, more music in it, some sound effects, and it's still taking the time to find those sound effects to put them in as well, because they don't, that all takes time, unfortunately. Oh, there it is. In you go. Water's going to be in the way now, isn't it? glass up. Come on. One thing I hate is trying to find the hole. That's what she said. Right, the hole is there. If we push through like that when it don't twist, the hole should be there. It never quite exposes itself enough to easily put it in. I have to cut that wire. That's a pain. Cut the get that out of the way so I can see what I'm doing better. What else find these little things so fiddly to put in? That's got it. Right, in. Done. Battery slider back on. Right, that's that card done. And just the X-Max to do. One broken arm, one cable tie. Don't need that bit. Put some hair around it. Well, I've got own a nitro. We will get a nitro, yes. Not quite yet though, because we've just bought 2 new cars. We've got the MT8 coming, we've just bought the Kronos, but I have got my eye on a Hyper 0.21 buggy, nitro buggy. So Dave, the best way to put it is 25cc will give less pumps than 50c as long as the manufacturer hasn't lied about the C. It's a common thing. All those RC also tried to keep my local happy, but mainly use him for new cars and batteries. I like to keep the local ones as happy as I can. Oh, Jono, take some antibiotics. I'll get the umbrella on it. Back to battery. What's the difference between 25C and 50C? I have 2 batteries that are the same 3S, but one new 25. Well, in theory, the 50C can discharge at 50 times its amp, so it's 5,000. It can charge at 5 times 50, which is amps, and a 25C can't. However, having said that, in reality, the highest ever real-time recorded C rating is 45C. So all these people that put on their 100C, 140C, 120C, it's all lies and fabrications basically. None of them actually do that amount. I always try and shop at the locals, but the locals don't tend to hold any spares, so I buy cars from them, and then the spares I get from an online store. Yeah, I'm Hobby Nut, very good. 7 to 9 days. Jenny's RC, 7 days. Yeah, well, no, I'll just borrow yours, Jay. I'll borrow your starter box. It's nice and easy then. Yeah, I think for the price as well, they're a reasonable price over here. I was advised to get the 0.21 rather than the 0.28 by a couple of people. Whilst you think the 0.28 would be faster, it's actually more troublesome than the 0.2, and it's not actually faster. So that's the one I'm looking at, and it's about 320 quid over here, so it's not too pricey either. So I broke the X-Max as well. Well, I say I broke it again. I think I was the recipient of the boys landing the other week, which broke a few things, and I'm pretty sure this just hadn't manifested. In fact, no, it had manifested itself as a bit of a breakage, and I think I just finished it off. That's what I'm saying anyway. Oh, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come on, David. We get a little bit on there, but then we get it GT85'd up, ready tomorrow. The suppleness going into it. Not enough room when I'm filming with this car on it. Done. It depends on the milliamp hours as well, because you've got to remember that the C rating is based on the minute. So 1000 milliamp hour 25C will only give you 25 amps output, whereas a 2000 milliamp hour 25C will allow it to give out 50 amps output. So the higher the milliamp hours, it's basically 25, the number of C's multiplied by the amp hours divided by 1000. It's how many amps it can put out. There is a website you can go to which does it. I mean, what brands are you looking at? See, like Traxxas advertise theirs at 25C, and they're probably true. You know, most batteries that you look at, and if you're around once I've finished all this, I'll try and bring you up to the screen where it is. You'll see most batteries tested range between 25 and 30C real world anyway. You know, max amps, for example, you know, they're down at about 10 C's in real world, whereas the Turnigy Panthers are 45C. I think some China hobby lines are up there at 45. The G7, the G pluses, are 45C real world. They're not real. Just do the maths on it. 200C LiPo burst, the maths. If you take that as a 5000 milliamp hour, that means that LiPo can put out 1000 amps peak. It can't. Yeah, 125 amps. So mine being 5025C should put out 125 amps, correct. You'll know if it can't handle it because the LiPo will puff up. You know, it's better probably. The thing is, if you're going to get it, if it's a Traxxas one, don't worry about it. But any others, I would probably want to make sure it's got 50C stamped on it, because they all over exaggerate, and you might be getting a 25C one, which is only actually 10C in real world, and that will puff up. You don't want LiPos puffing up. Let's do a little sneak peek tonight. I thought we had Callum's new drift body here, but we haven't because I haven't picked it up yet. So no sneak peek tonight. Which way around this goes now. That bit was on there, but must go that way. I think it goes that way anyway. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to move you a little bit. That's 3, isn't it? Yeah. Turbo. Hold fire on the Z's, Noah. I personally don't think they're that good. The ones that I've got are certainly not what they say. They say they're 5200 milliamp hours. They're definitely not. I've been a bit disappointed with the Z's, but you know, I only paid 38 quid for 2, so I'm not going to moan too much. Now that's on there, I think it might be upside down. But does it really matter? I don't think it really matters. It's an X-Max. It just takes abuse. Back to the XTR. Get these rear shock standoffs done. So go Savage Dave's RC, you're welcome. What about DXFs? Are they the best batteries in the world, Alex? You know that. Do you think I should start putting my batteries on charge now, or go pick up a new dual charger and go out for the day tomorrow and bash for a back? Well, if going to pick one up now means leaving the stream, then put the batteries on charge and watch the stream. No, I'm joking. What dual charger are you thinking of getting? One last thing, I put new shocks on. They both set this. They are both set the same, but now my left arm sits higher than the right. Any suggestions? What car is it on, Savage? The collars, they are outdrive collars that you get from WFO RC in the States, about $25. You can use the inner part of a bearing to do it as well. Yeah, I swear by China hobby lines. The internal resistances I get are fantastic. Always nothing. I haven't got anything above 2 milliohms. 3K puffed in the mouth. Everyone raves about them, but I don't think. But a lot of people rave about lipos and actually don't know much about them. I know I've got 2 Zs. I'm not saying all the Zs are bad, but the 2 Zs that I've got are definitely 100% not 5,200 milliamp hour packs. They say they are, but I reckon they're about 3,500s. China hobby lines are great. I love them. If you get them when they're on a deal as well. The Sky, is that 100 watts per channel, Robbo? T200. What size lipos are you going to be charging? The only reason I ask that, if it's only 100 watts per channel, you're going to cap out about a 4S 5000 before you then won't be able to charge at 1C. I love the China hobby line, especially for speed running. I want to get some of the soft packs for some of the cars as well, because we're starting to run low on soft pack 3Ss. Well, China hobby lines are not that expensive. I only paid £40 each for my 8,000 milliamp hour 4Ss, and they're cheaper than DXFs at the moment on the deal in the UK. I think they're all the same price, about £55 for 8,000 milliamp hour 4S hire cases. What car is it for, Noah? If it's for speed running, you want the G+. And ideally the 6,000 milliamp hour ones, but if you can't, they're quite big, the 6,000s, because they're very wide. But yeah, the G pluses are the ones to get. While playing golf at the same time, Jono, I hope. Well, the CNHL, you can just go CNHL. You need 6S packs. Then yeah, if it's for the Typhon speed running and you want 6S packs, then definitely the G pluses. And I think they got me in the sale at the moment as well. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they are in the sale at the moment. What time we got? 10 o'clock. Let's get the rear of this done. Dremel action coming up. And the same problem, yeah, we've got an indentation there, so okay, Toby, thanks for coming by. I don't think I said hello to you, did I, Toby? And if I didn't, I do apologise. Ovonics, or what's the other one? Sander Power. Sander Powers are supposed to be good. I've heard good things about Sander Powers. I think they're called Sander Powers anyway. And I think they make some really good, well-known brands as well. Good brands. If you're jumping and you're stacking, don't use high cases. If you're stacking the lipos on top of each other, you'll just crack them open. Get back over here. It's your bishop saw now then, Jono. Question is, are you a Cavalier or a Roundhead? The Basher line are okay, but they're expensive in my opinion, for what you're getting. I've got some Gens Ace Basher lines here, but they're just expensive, I think. Roundhead, you're not a Cavalier then. I quite like my Eternity Rapids, but no UK warehouse equals massive shipping bills. I was looking at that. It doesn't even seem to be a European warehouse shipping to the UK now, which kind of sucks. But they are in a world of hurts at the moment, Hobby King. They've got that massive fine to pay off, haven't they? So I think they're just trying to cut back. Which is a shame, because having that UK warehouse was very handy for those Rapids and the heavy duties. Oh, Dremel this down now, haven't we? Headphone users, you might want to button up a little bit. That wing off. Wing's getting in the way. Right, have we got enough off of this now? Quite a little bit more. Yep, that one's done. Let's check this one, see if I've probably got to drill it out a little bit. Yeah, we're going to drill it out. But we will file it down first and then drill it. £35 shipping. Yeah, have you tried the European store though, Alex? Because that is silly. I think you and me are supposed to be. I think they went through a bad patch, but they're okay now, I think. I'm hoping to be out Sunday, Jay. I'm not sure where yet, though. The 2 Gens Ace that I have, the first 2, the bashers in the hard case, are both dead. They only lasted about 5 uses before they both dropped to cell. If that fits. No, not quite. A little bit more. Oh, a fraction more, not a lot. Oh. Oh, I thought it went. Bit of an explosion. That'll do. Hot? No, it's not too bad. Dropped it. Drill it out a little bit. Check to see how far this goes in now, because we need some deep penetration here. How far will this shaft go in? Oh no, it needs to go more than that. Need to bore it out a bit more. Sorry, Jay. Sorry if the headphone users, if that was loud. I do apologise. I forget how much louder it gets picked up. Hope everything's okay. Everything came out okay, Dad. What's that? Okay, I'm pooped. Oh, missed that. Have a good one yourself as well, Dads. Take care. Yep, that's fine now. I've heard, I haven't had Ovonics, but I've heard they're supposed to be quite good. I was going to see my mum on Sunday, and then I realised she is a pain in the arse. Another cut. Oh, your mum can't be that much of a pain in the butt. Punish the headphone users. Well, no, I won't do that. I don't use headphones myself when I'm watching, but I do understand that it does get a bit loud. So we won't do that again. we're all done with the dremeling. Slots in there nicely. Tightens up nicely. My armour takes off. Armour head, armour bushing. No. Ow. Punch the work surface, David. Really hurt. So hopefully we won't be breaking any shot standoffs going forward. That one really did hurt actually. Oh, actually I might do a poll. I meant to do a poll this week. I might try and start it. I might do it for next week actually. About Send It Sundays and whether you guys still want us to do a Send It Sunday. Do you guys enjoy the Send It Sundays? It's a family show. It's 100% family. Managed to catch out a few headphone news in my video I made a couple of weeks ago. Got a couple of angry texts. Charlie, I'm not going to argue with you, okay? The design on this Corelli, there's some great design features. I'm just disappointed with Corelli for using what I can see as cheap materials because they let themselves down. Jono. You know, I love this here. This brace coming from there up onto this rear shock tower up here. I think it's brilliant because the armour one's only held on by 4 screws, which is why we then fit on ours this M2C brace here to support that shock tower. Well, Team Corelli have done it from here all the way down to here, so you're getting extra bracing for the chassis as well. The problem is they've not put enough meat down here, so when you jump, and the plastic just shatters. I think I binned it. No, I didn't. So you can see that, but that's one of the ones that just shattered. And just look at that plastic. It's very brittle plastic. It doesn't want to flex, really. It wants to snap. So that's reason number one. These standoffs as well, brilliant design, in as much as you get the M4 bolt here coming through to the M3. The problem is it's made of monkey metal. I mean, you shouldn't be able to shear an M4 bolt the way I did. So, and you can feel it's a lightweight metal. The stock tube here, you know, aluminium, 1mm aluminium tube, it's not tied in. they're not tying it in here to stop overflexing. There's just certain things on it which is really annoying, but other things, like this coming up here to the top of the front tower, love that. The way they've done the split design here onto the onto the case, like that. Love this switch mounting here. The battery tray I like, apart from it doesn't have a front strap that I've had to put in. I like the fact they're using 2 screws down there for the chassis brace. I like the fact they put carbon here. The carbon one going down there was a joke because it just sheared. They should have used the 775, which they do that part. Again, 2 screws going through there. There's just certain things that are great on it. And other things, I just think, why have you done that? And it's just let down by lower quality materials, in my opinion. Yeah, I do get a lot of views the old Send It Sundays. So I guess keep doing the Send It Sundays then. Seems to be, I said they seem to be popular. And also the fact they use the right screws on the right screws on the motor mount, so you've not got the cheesiness of the like the armour ones. I love that as well. So there's lots of things that they've done which I think are fantastic. Should adjust the droop really. I'm overextending, so that's all right. But it's just, I think it's been let down by lower grade materials. So they're letting themselves down really, which is silly. It's a bit like doing all the revision for your exams and then not turning up for the exam. And it's a bit like this spoiler as well. I mean, it shatters. Kev's split his in half with no trouble at all. So again, it's a lower quality plastic they're using. And I think that's the main issue with them. Right, we are armour shot tower standoffed up. That means we've fixed everything tonight. Oh, we broke one of these tethers already as well. Boom! Ew. I think they're probably not going to look like someone's not liking me pushing that down for some reason. Going on here then. I might have to find a way to raise this up a bit. I think that's part of the problem is the body sits on these. Oh, keep an eye on that. Right. It's that time of night where I wash my pandies, get myself a fresh drink, sit and chat. XTR was rushed out. Probably should have held off for a bit and done a thorough look over before release. Well, this is a V2, so I don't know how they can say it's rushed out. Bickle Winkle, how are you? Pins should be supported from both sides. They're designed to fail. Which pins? I missed something. I missed a comment somewhere. Right. Get myself a fresh drink. Running out, need to get some more. I haven't given myself, I have given myself a thumbs up. So I haven't given myself a thumbs up, but I have. Is everyone giving me a thumbs up? Cheers, guys. There we go. Now I can sit without getting backache. What are we up to now? 10,006, 10,010. Woohoo! I went on to my own channel, your channel. Yes, my channel. There we go. You mainly run Traxxas now. Yeah, Traxxas just don't seem to break, do they? They do break, but they're easy and cheap to fix. You need to send that Maxo, Alex, so you need to stop babying it and proper send it. Thanks, Alfie. No 7075 from Wish. No. You could always move in the shock upper and lower mount to get more space above the shock protector. Might change the suspension a bit, but could. Yeah, I will have a look at that tomorrow, Swedish guy. I wish I could raise that body mount, the body posts up a bit as well. Techno Awesome kits, just very expensive and don't come with any electronics. You do as close to £1,000 if you chuck it. Yeah, but it's such a nice car to drive. Need to go to Alibaba. I don't think well, no, I don't think they do actually. I mean, that chassis that Kev's on the sledge. I keep wanting to call it a slash, but it's not. It's a sledge. Why they call two cars out slash and sledge? I don't know, because whenever I hear people talk about it, I think they're going to say slash. all here for the 10,000 giveaway. I might do a giveaway at some stage. Where's the food? We're going to have a party. Does anyone know? Does anyone have or know anyone with a Traxxas Rally? Or they never even knew Traxxas did a rally car? See you later, Alistair. Take care, buddy. Might see you Sunday. I was really to say about an X-Max giveaway. A little baby one, about that big. Give it to me, I'll send it for you, Alex. I'll give it to Callum, he'll send it. Yeah, the 5T's fixed. I've just got to put the exhaust back on. It feels a lot smoother as well, so it might have been the bearing was going out. But yeah, I've got a new pinion, got a new bearing. I've actually fitted a different, and I've changed the spring to a 6,000 instead of an 8,000. I took a slash on the sledge and just wrong. One second. Beast Mode RC. A lot of RCs need things straight out of the box as well. They're not perfect. I think Traxxas needs the least, Armour needs the most in my opinion. Like I said, I own a lot of different brands. Yeah, I mean, everything needs a certain amount of upgrades, depending on what you want to do with the car. That's what I like about the X-Max. Doesn't need many upgrades. It does need a few. Has some weak spots. Same with the Creighton EXB, but the Creighton EXB is a lot more expensive to upgrade, but doesn't need a lot of upgrades. The main one is that M2C chassis, M2C hinge pins, etc., etc., etc. So you are spending a good 250 quid more on it on a Creighton EXB to get it up to grade. Fitted the 16 tooth on DRI, was testing it on my stand and the wheels ballooned to the point they burnt the kitchen. Ooh, oh, you didn't get into trouble. It's meant to on 16 tooth. Not yet, Jeremy. It's due out. I'm hoping it doesn't get delayed. It's due out next Friday. So hopefully we will get it on Saturday next week. I wish I could have sent MT8 big today, but that junk servo just wasn't having it. No. Is it not a very good servo in it? Does that mean I'm going to change that straight out of the box? I won't change it out of the box. I'll take a spare one with us. If it breaks, I'll swap it out while we're out there. The big rock is getting love tonight, Dave. Got a new diff, new spur. Nice. Did you get the metal ones, Tim? Does it buff out, Adrian, or is it proper burnt in there? I remember when we were in our old house. I was still with the missus back then. Not the house we had before, but we had and I was trying to. It's when I used to have this fear of soldering. So I bought myself. I'm going through different solders, and I bought myself. Someone's recommended getting a gas soldering iron, which is the one I use as a blowtorch now. So I bought that, and I had it on the work surface, and of course it fires hot out the sides as well. So I put it down on its stand, and it was still blowing out hot on the sides, and it actually melted the top of the work surface and put a big hole in it. Yeah, I got into trouble for that. Yeah, it's if for $100 difference, I'd definitely get the X-Max over the sledge. What do you think of the MT8 Beast Mode? Do you like it? It's vinyl gone and wood chip. Yeah, that's what happened to mine. I've burnt through the vinyl. Ooh, what colour is it? I just touched mine up with a black marker pen because ours was black. Night, Noah. Take care, buddy. The sledge, I don't know. I think it's too early to call it at the moment still. I think the tyres balloon an awful lot, personally. But that might need the centre diff being tuned a bit with thicker diff oil. Certainly the tyres seem to balloon a lot, so Kev couldn't get the power down. It didn't jump that high. He was having trouble getting the power down because of the ballooning and the wheeling. So some diff oils may sort that out. But so I'm mixed on it still, or different tyres, but then you're spending more money because the Traxxas tyres too tend to balloon quite easily. Shoot a question, I'm stretching the Hobby Wing Max 10 SET combo. The motor supplied is actually only 3S capable. How can they market this for if it isn't? Does it come with different ones though? Let's go on the Hobby Wing website, shall we? Let's have a look. I don't know much about it because we don't have many. I've never bought a Max 10. 1/10 scale. Let's have a little look ski. Well, the ESC is 2 to 4S capable. No question about that. So it may well, it's a bit like the Max 6 1650 combo. The Max 6, they rate at 8S, but they don't rate the 1650 AS, but will take 8S. So we want to do the power combos. We don't want to just do ESCs. We want to do 1/10 scale. So the EX Run, the Max 10 SCT combo, 3660, 836. Depends which KV you go for, Alfie. Because they do a 3200, a 4000 and a 4600 kV motor, and I'm pretty sure it will depend on which one, product details on the motor. Specifications. The motors are all 2 to 3S, but the ESC will take 4S. Interesting. I would have thought the 3300 should be able to take 4S quite easily. Times 4.2 times 4. 55,400. Yeah, that 3300 will take 4S all day long. It's only 55,000 RPM. And that's at max voltage, and you're not going to be running at max voltage for long. The 4000, I wouldn't want to put that on 4S. The 3300, I'd put on 4S. They do one with 2400 kV motor. Normally the 4S systems are 2400s. I think you'll find running that 3300 Max 10 on 4S Alfie. Fine, pretty sure of that. My ex-Max put mud all over the lounge floor. I was worried missus would go mental, then realised I live alone, so I opened another beer and played on the arcade machines. that is a positive of living on your own. Yeah, but you wouldn't tell them you run it 4S, Alfie. You don't say, "Oh, I'll run this on 4S and the motor exploded," but it's unlike that 3200 is going to be fine on 4S.
Thoughts on Proline removable hex hub wheels trenchers for my Lossy TT. Silk shredding wheel hex hubs and buying more stock wheels tyres. You talked about the 630 Raid. The 630 Raid wheels should be okay because it's quite a cheaper replacement, isn't it? Than buying new wheels all the time. I personally don't like the trenchers. I prefer the Badlands. But the trenchers I think are better for road use rather than the Badlands. But if you're off-road, Badlands, on-road trenchers. Yeah, I think the Z's that I got will fit in there, 6S, 2 3S packs. I do have a smaller, but it's quite long 6S pack. I've only got one 6S pack. I tend to run 3Ss. That's my concern. Is I think both of my the 3S packs I've got I think will fit in there. I'm hoping they do anyway. Otherwise, I'll just be running at 4S, which would be a bit annoying. But yeah, we do the video and we'll see how that is. Yeah, Gary's right. It's amps that kill motors, not volts. I'll say 3300 kV can work on 4S, yes. Because I work on the basis that motor is, if you start going much above 50,000 RPM on a lot of motors, you can blow them, but that's only 5,500 RPM, so, oh sorry, 55,000, so I think that's fine. I think they are, Alfie. I didn't really look at them or compare them. I have seen the new Max ones, and there was a new Max out. We should have compared them actually. I think they might well be. I'm not sure whether they're the same size or not. Add longer straps. I'm still getting used to. Yeah, well, as I said, hopefully it's coming Saturday. In theory, could you run a 6SE? Yes. Just have to make the Y harness. All our cars we run on 2 3Ss apart from the Talion, which we run on a 6S. What car is it on, T-Rex? Oh, on the 1650 Combine EXP, I run it on a 24 tooth. Or no, 23 tooth. 23 tooth, I run the 1650 on the Mojave EXP. The 24 tooth is a bit of a squeeze to get on there. If you're going to go above that, you've got to only use one screw on the motor mount or change the motor mount. Or I drop the spur down to a 46 or a 44 tooth spur, which you couldn't do before because it had the LSDs, but you could technically put a 44 tooth spur in there from Vitavon. Long time ago, Joe, probably when you were eating a kebab. You just have to do the Y harness. In fact, got it on the, I'll show you because it's on both the Creighton and the, well, it's on the Creighton, the X Max and the Kronos. So that's actually a Max 8 in there, but we just do the Y harness. As you go positive, negative out to positive, then negative back, you're running them in series. There's that one there, and the same on the Creighton. That is a Max 6. And it's the same on the X Max technically. Evening RC That Action, how are you? Yeah, I don't know why they've only put that small battery tray in there. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I might have to see if I can mod that and make it bigger. It's a bit frustrating, a bit annoying. Ooh. The stock spur is 50 tooth. So the stock spur that comes with the Mojave, comes with all the armoured cars really, is 50 tooth. So you'd be running 23 on the 1650 with the stock tyres. You can run 23, 2350, and it will be golden. If you wanted to gear it up even more, which I wouldn't recommend, it doesn't need it, then you'd have to either buy a new motor mount, run only one of the mounting screw bolts, or change the spur to a 44 tooth Vitivon. Oh no, yeah. Yes, you'd have to change to a 44 tooth Vitivon one. Oh, that's nice. How old's your nephew? So someone new coming into the hobby. What comments have we got? Probably a lot. Oh, he's 14, yeah, he worked with smile ear to ear, getting going. Callum was 14, yeah, Callum was 14 when we started doing it again. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's 11:15. I'm a little bit tired. Got a lot to do tomorrow as well. Some more filming, some more editing. Trying to get a new video out for Wednesday. If we can get, if the XTR lasts long enough on Sunday, we'll hopefully have a video on Wednesday. So take care, stay safe. If anybody hasn't given us a thumbs up yet, if you can give us a thumbs up, we're 8 away from 100 thumbs up, which would be great to hit 100 tonight. Thank you again for joining us. Not sure what's going to be broken next week. I might just have a question and answers. I don't know. Who knows? We see what gets broken at the weekend. The only thing I've left that I know I've got to do is put the infraction diff in, but that will take 2 seconds. Yep. Hopefully we can get out Sunday. Hopefully I've got the top plate for the DR8 for you as well. Love you loads, big piles of manliness, and a kebab on the way, yes. Time to pop some popcorn in. Oh, don't. Popcorn and movie night. Okay, take care everyone, stay safe, and love you lots, and see you soon, and thank you all for the support. 10,000 subscribers, I mean, wow. That is, I'm really, really speechless, so thank you all. We'll get a little thank you video done somehow. I'll get the boys to say thank you, Mr. White, just a little short or something like that. And but thanks, guys. Stay safe, and see you all. Might see some of you Sunday. If not, see you all next. Well, I will see some of you Sunday on Send It Sundays. I'm sure we get that done. Bye.